Okay, so I want to talk about how to draw molecules in 3 dimensions, including some orbitals too. It's important that we are able to do something like this. So I want to start off and I want to look at this molecule. So let's do CH3, carbon, triple bonded carbon, H. Okay. So I'm going to start off this by looking at hybridization. So we are sp3, sp, and sp. And that's an s orbital, right? So I want to start off by looking at my carbons. So I'm going to start off here by drawing a carbon atom. And remember, when we're sp, we have 2 types of orbitals, right? sp, and we have a p and another p orbital. So what I'm going to start off with is drawing my p orbitals. So I'm going to come up here and draw one of my p orbitals and then draw the other one right here. Now, when we have an sp hybrid orbital, we end up having those orbitals kind of coming out like this. All right, I'll pick that same color as we kind of did before. So that's one of my sp orbitals. And then we have another one over on the other side over here. Another sp orbital. And then in and out of the plane, so it's kind of like this. Like here's your x, y, z coordinate, right? So here is your sp. Here's another sp. And then here's the p that I've drawn right now. And then the other p is going back and coming out here. So it's going to come out towards us and go back into the plane along that z-axis. So we're coming out just like this and going back like that. So coming out and then back. So we're going to try to draw something that kind of looks like this. So I'm going to show that kind of coming back like this. And then maybe darken this thing and overlap it here, showing it coming forward. Okay, and again, this is a p orbital, and then that is another p orbital. Now that takes care of this atom, but that atom is connected to this. So all I need to do is this. I just take this guy here, right, and I can magically do that. And then I can overlap them just like this. Right, so that gets us pretty close here to having a decent overlap. Okay, right. So what we did was we just kind of cheated using technology, but we duplicated the atom since it's also sp. Now this atom over here, that is just in a hydrogen that only has an s orbital. So drawing that out. Here's our S. Sometimes you'll see them right in the letter S there. And then down here on the other end of this, we take a look here, and we have this guy to deal with, who is sp3. So sp3 means we need to draw something that looks like a tetrahedral here. So remember, tetrahedral has that type of a shape. So I'm literally going to take this, and I'm going to kind of rotate it over on its side, so that we have this lobe right here, that sp3 lobe, overlapping with this guy right here. Okay, so we have another carbon atom. Put my carbon right here. And then that's going to be an sp3. And then what we want to draw on the other end is something that hopefully kind of resembles like that tetrahedral side, right? So here's an sp3 here, okay, and then kind of going back behind, and then coming out right here in the plane. So sp3 here and an sp3. So we have all 4 of these guys labeled as sp3s. And that would be our shape. Now, we might clean it up a little bit here too, because these guys here are connected in a way, and that's giving us our pi bond. So those lobes, you'll see them written like this sometimes. are connected, and that's your other half of your pi bond. And then this lobe in the back here is connected to this lobe right there. And we have that overlap there. So you can see if we try drawing those p orbitals out with those, remember how we kind of showed it like this between our carbon atoms, and that's not a great drawing, but that'd be one half of it, and then kind of coming down and doing something like that essentially. It starts to look complicated there. So there's your other pi bond. And then what we have here is your sigma bond. Right, here's another sigma bond. Here's another sigma bond. And that's the idea behind drawing these things. Now, we're not grading for artistic ability, but we want to be familiar, especially with like this thing, with this arrangement of the sp hybrid orbitals along with those p's as far as our x, y, z coordinate system.